we're going to try to do the difficult work of portraying what we were doing to the mainstream media. Was very few people were interested in doing that, and so I just kind of went with that group because it was so understaffed. And so about 5 or 6 of us went through writing press releases, holding press conferences, trying to get the word out despite the obvious, you were there or saw any of the coverage. There's a lot of, there was a group that had broken windows, and that was really a fascination to the TV news crews. In the meantime, there were 600 people arrested for doing really, it was interesting if you get into the history of it, the direct action that shut down the meeting, people were prepared to, they were risking arrest, but the police did not engage in arrest that day. They tried to disperse, and so there was a massive assault with rubber bullets and rubber-coated steel balls, is what rubber bullets really are nowadays. Pepper spray, hundreds of thousands of rounds of rubber bullets, tear gas, regular nightsticks, beatings, pain compliance. And the people on the first day, November 30th, 1999, did not leave until the meeting was canceled.
Yeah.
The next day, that night the mayor of Seattle had declared a no protest zone. And so the following day, in the midst of this ongoing police riot, people marched with signs into the no protest zone and were very violently arrested there. So that was kind of the actual arrest, and those 600 people had been trained to in non-cooperation, and so didn't have any ID with them, didn't give their names, and so the police, the sheriff, the prosecutor there had 600 non-cooperating people who they were responsible for holding, and it became a real excellent demonstration of what you can do with non-cooperation and with what's called jail solidarity. So after about a week or 10 days, the citizens of Seattle said, why are we holding these people who are just marching, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars of our taxpayer money holding them when really all they did was walk down the street. So the DA, who was a very ambitious member of the Democratic Party, political aspirant, and the sheriff, his deputies were extremely violent towards the people in his jails. I can't remember his name, he's in Congress now. So, needless to say, at any rate, we were facing a huge battle to try to get that story out. And people were coming out of the jails. They had been held in 5-point restraint chairs. They had towels full of something they call pepper foam, not spray, but like a shaving cream type of pepper spray, kind of massaged into their eyeballs. Kind of really brutal people. A young woman came out of jail one day with a broken nose. I tried to get the press to cover that. A guy had a deputy with rubber gloves on, block his air passages until he passed out. And it was all to try to break their jail solidarity, try to get them to give their names, to give the names of others so they could prosecute. And they didn't, they failed. But in the midst of that, I was doing this press and getting just beaten up, not literally like they were, but on hostile talk radio interviews and the like. But I found a responsible news outlet in Democracy Now! So that was very helpful to really breaking the media blockade, getting the news out about the violence that was being waged against these protesters. And I think it was very important getting them released. So that's my first kind of direct exposure. Actually, Democracy Now! First broadcast in 1996. Started in February of '96.